Hello everyone. So today I'd like to work on unwinding, some standing poses to help the whole system unwind, especially neck and shoulders. The simple stretches we're going to do will work best in conjunction with a very deep flowing breath. Be conscious of kind of letting go and releasing on every exhalation any stress or aggro or anxiety, let it go. And all of these poses can be done seated if you wish. And you can also use them for warm-ups for any vigorous work or before you go and do a regular gym routine. So let's begin. So first of all, let's stand in the mountain pose. So Tadasana. Tadasana looks so easy and so simple. And actually, it's one of the trickiest yoga poses to get right. So what I'd like you to do is look down at your feet, and you can have your socks on. It's still cold here in England. Put your feet, if you can, underneath your actual hip joint where your femur, your thigh bone, comes into the socket of the pelvis. So we're not too wide and we're not feet together, okay? So just nicely balanced. And then the other thing that people often get wrong is they collapse their ankle inwards or outwards, okay? And the way you can check this for yourself is to find a pair of shoes that you use regularly and put them on the floor and look at them from the back and which way are they actually wearing out. If they're wearing out more inwardly, then your ankle obviously is collapsing inward, and if they're wearing out the side, your ankle's collapsing outward. So this will have ramifications through the knee, the hip and the spine, and it might be why you've got backache or you get headaches. So it's really that amount of fine tuning and just noticing and adjusting, okay? The next thing is the arms. Most of us unconsciously, me included, hold the arms as though we think they might fall off. We don't know we're doing that. We're just kind of somewhere in here, the shoulder joint, we're kind of making sure they're still attached. Actually, you can let them go. Totally let them go. You can even imagine you're reaching to the floor, okay? And then do nothing. Some schools of yoga ask that you put the hands on the thighs, but for me, that creates tension really in the arm and we want it to relax. The other thing that people get wrong is that they're still kind of slumped, can you see? And this part of the neck, let's roll back and let's bring the crown of the head upwards to the ceiling. Let's not stick the tailbone out. Let's actually tuck it under. We don't in yoga want to kind of pull the tummy in too much, but we need to keep those stomach muscles working. So they're just slightly pulled in. And if you want in the mountain, you can pull up the base lock. And the base lock is basically, well, for women, it's the muscles you would use if you were peeing and you needed to stop mid-flow. So it's that kind of up from the base of the torso, you're kind of from around your perineum lift, okay? And not too strongly. And then make sure the chin is a little bit down so that you're looking forward and the back of the neck isn't collapsing, okay? Scrunched up, it's nice and open. So that's the mountain for you. And you can do this standing, waiting for kettle to boil. Or stop while you're waiting to get your groceries packed and all out and paid for. And nobody knows that you're doing yoga, you're just in this complete balance. And it's a pose of emotionally stability, stable, immovable, strong, like a mountain deep into the earth. We actually think that our feet are going several miles into the earth, and the crown of the head up beyond the clouds. Close the eyes if you wish to. Lovely. And then you can stay in that pose regularly for as long as you want. I would recommend minimum 30 seconds, and actually 3 minutes is good. And try and repeat that several times through the day. And then the next part, the kind of warm up, is to cross the arm in front of you and just push the elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Okay, and just hold that, keep breathing. We need that nice flowing breath. You'll feel it stretching here around the shoulder joint. And then of course, we do the other side. Okay. Shouldn't feel too difficult. Lovely, lovely shoulder joint stretch and upper arm stretch here. Okay. And then the next one is a twist, but be careful of your feet. I don't want to twist and compromise the knee joint. Remember, the knee joint is actually a hinge joint. It likes to do that. What it doesn't like to do, and I shouldn't even do it to show you because it doesn't like to do it, is it shouldn't do what footballers do, kind of twisting out to the side. That's how they get so many knee injuries, okay? So we're always trying to prevent that. And in this pose, as we twist, you can see that the knee can start doing some very funny things. So take the feet with you as you twist, okay? Nice simple twist. And you can look right round behind you as you go. You could let the arms go wee round like you would if you were a kid in the playground. Swinging round. Happy, happy, happy. Okay, actually it's easier to do this on my sticky mat without my socks on, so let's take them off. Oh, much better. Yeah. And so you can see how this twisting into the spine. And if you take the head right round, we're also getting cervical vertebra in that twist, neck vertebra. Lovely. And then I'd like you to breathe in, take the arms out. Okay, really far out. And deliberately take one hand round the back, and then the other hand as far around as you can go, and moving the feet with you. Twisting, 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 looking over that shoulder as far as you can go, and hold that pose for a moment. Keep the chin down, don't compromise the back of the neck if you can help it. Lovely, and then of course the other way. It's almost like you're holding onto your own pelvis and you're keeping it in position while you twist. Check you're not compromising the knee joint. Lovely, twist, twist, twist. Nice deep breaths. And round to the front. Swing a little, can't sit spun. And then let's do some neck work, okay? So what you need to be careful of with the neck mostly is the back of the neck, okay? Flinging the back of the head back is probably a bad idea. Whiplash and all that. So let's just, first of all, let's go take the right ear down to the left shoulder, and we'll feel that side stretch. Now, be careful, don't overdo it, because you can over pull here, then you probably get a slight headache. So just a stretch, and then the other way. Breathing into that. Lovely, drop the shoulder, drop the shoulder. The shoulder tends to want to come up on the opposite side. Let it drop, let the hands hang heavy. Good, and then looking to the front, and let's take the chin down to the chest. And then let's roll the chin over to the left shoulder. And then look up at the opposite wall. And take the chin down to that shoulder and roll to the center. Roll. rock a little from side to side like that. Head, which is quite heavy, 6 to 8 pounds. Also, let's open out the back of the neck, and then let's roll over to the right shoulder, and then look at the opposite wall. Okay. Good. Check your ankle joints aren't collapsing. I just stopped mine collapsing inward there. And then drop that chin down to the right shoulder and come to the middle and rock a little from side to side. And then we're going to do the shoulder rotations. Okay, so really exaggerated rolling your shoulder back. Oh, poor shoulders, you know, they really don't get enough rotation and work into them, so they don't get enough synovial fluid, and then they start getting stiff. And then rolling the shoulders forward. And you might hear all sorts of creaking and crackling going on. Completely normal sign of wisdom, I think. But it might be crackling and creaking in your neck vertebra. And then I'd like you to go up one side and drop, and up the other side and drop and repeat. Up one side and drop, and up the other side and drop. Lovely. And then you probably guessed it, both at the same time. Yeah. Check the ankle joint, lift the shoulders, and drop. Isn't the drop nice? You can repeat that 3 times if you like, if you have more time. And then I'd like you to breathe in, take your right arm straight up, separate the feet out a little, just gives you more stability. And if you want, just to make sure the knees are fine, just check that your knees aren't slaying out too much to the side. Make sure they're okay. So you can weight all through the foot, not on the, just on the heel of the foot or the ball of the foot. And then we're going to slide the opposite hand, the right hand, down the right leg, and we do that lovely stretch. And breathe in and come up. And what I would suggest is, if you're warming up, is don't aim to go too far. If you're a bit of an alpha type and go, oh, I'm going to make it down as far as I can, maybe not. I definitely have alpha types in me. Yeah. So let's just take it gentle, be kind to ourselves. A little stretch is better than a deep stretch where you hurt yourself. Okay, and then I'd like both arms to go up to the ceiling and stretch and stretch and lift and stretch and lift and stretch and lift. Stretch and lift. Maybe put the feet back into just underneath the hip joints. Okay, and stretch and lift, and maybe look up to the ceiling. Okay. And then look forward and crown of the head lift. And you can probably feel your shoulders are probably raised up. Let's drop the shoulders, but stretch the arms. See how that is. But extend the rib cage up away from your waistline. And then breathe out and coming down. Lovely. And clasp the hands together in familiar clasp. Turn them outwards. Breathe in, take them up, and push up. Okay. Lovely. Push back a little even, if you can. Lovely. And then breathing out and down. And then I'd like you to do the unfamiliar clasp, which is, if you normally, without even thinking clasp like that, try it. I'd like you to notch your fingers down on one hand to the next gap between the fingers. And then you've got a clasp, but it feels weird. That's the unfamiliar clasp. And then I'd like you to turn palms outwards and push forwards. Okay. Now, technically in yoga, we need to do the arm lift and this one with the different clasps. So let's do that. Let's push first, left, right, left, right, left, right. Release, wiggle, take the hands out of it. Familiar clasp. Push, left, right, left, right, left, right. Drop the shoulders, left, right, left, right, left, right. Push, open out, wiggle the fingers, and then unfamiliar clasp, we didn't do it with a lift. So clasp the fingers ordinarily, notch down till it feels unfamiliar. That's the way you know you're in the right unfamiliar clasp. And then push, palms upwards to the ceiling. Long stretch, long stretch, long stretch, long stretch. And there is a little party piece that's fun to do if you're in the mood, our very last one of today. And it's, I'm sure I can do it myself now, but you bring the hands down, familiar clasp, and you try to put your foot through, like so, and then you try and put the other foot through. You might cheat a bit and separate fingers, that's allowed. And then wriggle and wiggle the hands up behind you, like so. And then let's do that again. I did cheat a little as I went past the lips, separated the fingers. Through we go, but try not to. Okay, and up we come. And why did we do that? Well, A, it's kind of a good stretch, and B, it makes us smile on the whole and feel like we're like 6 years old again, which is good. And that's it for today. A very simple and short warm-up, which you can include at the beginning of any yoga practice or when you just need to feel that you need to stretch. Thank you.